In today's lesson, we will be looking at what you should do when you are given a writing task. A common mistake students make when given a writing task is to quickly glance over the writing prompt or task, the writing and scoring guidelines, and skim the sources and then start writing. This will absolutely result in an unsuccessful product. So what are the steps to creating a successful piece of writing? Well, I have narrowed them down to 10, but today we are going to focus on number 1. Unpack the prompt to determine genre, audience, and purpose, and create a writing checklist. This is an example of something you might receive when given a writing task. It has some background information, there's a writing prompt, and then there's some information about how you will be scored. To reiterate, a common mistake is to see this as useless information and skip right over it. Do not make that mistake. Instead, slow down, take notes, and annotate, and in the end, create a checklist that you will use and refer to throughout the writing process. So, how do I do this, Ms. Gafad, you ask? Well, following along on the papers I gave you as I show you how to annotate each piece of this writing prompt, and then you can pause the video as needed. So first, pause the video now and read this section. First, look at the issue, and I circled animal testing as well as the word argumentative. Also note that the questions in the first paragraph here will serve as great guiding questions, and they will help me collect my evidence. In the next section, you'll see that I have to choose one side, and that my sources or research includes 3 articles and a newspaper column. Pause now to do all of this on your paper. This is the actual writing task. Pause now to read it clearly. I can see from reading this section clearly, which you should have done, that I need to choose one side of the argument on whether or not animal testing is generally good for society, and I need to use evidence to support my argument and address the opposing point of view. Now this section gives me a ton of information on how my writing will be scored, and I find that it is the section that students read the least. So, pause the video now to read this section and highlight everything I highlight. Look at all this information that I was able to pull from this section alone. Make sure to highlight it again now. So based on the information that you all might have formerly glossed over, I have an essential guide to writing an essay, a great essay. I know the purpose is to write an argument on whether animal testing is generally good for society. I know the genre is argumentative writing. The audience is formal, meaning a teacher, administrator, judging committee. And then I have a checklist of 9 things that I pulled out of the last section. Number 1, state a clear claim. Number 2, state an opposing claim, maintain my claim from beginning to end, develop thoughtful ideas from beginning to end using effective transitions, have an effective introduction and conclusion, integrate relevant and specific information from sources or evidence, elaborate my ideas well, use precise words to explain my ideas, and use correct grammar, punctuation, and capitalization. So to review, what we've learned today is that it is essential to thoughtfully and thoroughly read, take notes on, and create a checklist based on all the information provided to you during a writing task. So use these steps and you will become a great writer.